Hey Disney cruisers, and welcome back to the DCL community, where we are here to help you plan, prepare for, and get excited for your Disney cruise. You guys know me. I'm Rebecca, your host and admin of the DCL community. And today, I'm so excited for this. Today, we are talking our first thoughts on Disney's brand new ship, the Disney Treasure. Hunter, my lovely co-host, was on board the ship last week and is going to be getting back on board. So I'm so excited to go through this. As you're coming in, please say hello. Let us know where you're watching from so we can say hi, but let us know too if you are booked on the Treasure and what some of your first thoughts are. But let's go ahead and let's dive in, Hunter. Let's get you introduced so we can get into all the good stuff.
Yeah, hi guys. My name's Hunter. I am first of all, Disney Cruise Line fanatic, but I'm a concierge travel advisor with Jayco Travel. I've been doing this for almost 10 years. So super happy to be here and join you guys. Disney Cruise Line is my favorite vacation to go on. I have been on 28 Disney cruises across all 5 of Disney's ships. So I have a ton of firsthand knowledge and experience to share with everybody.
Yes. Oh, so excited. Yeah. If you think I love Disney cruises, Hunter and I, simpatico on that, let me tell you.
All right, so this is just a quick link tree here of how to contact me. Email is my preferred way, hunter@jcotravel.com. When we post this slideshow, those links will be clickable.
Yes. And hello to all of our friends in Pennsylvania and Colorado and Massachusetts and Illinois, my hometown, and
Wow.
Puerto Rico. Hello, everyone. Oh my
Thanks
gosh, I'm so
everybody for
excited to talk
joining
about.
us.
Yes.
All right, perfect. So my specialties within the Disney Cruise Line niche are family travel, allergy travel, accessible travel, and then concierge staterooms and Disney Cruise Line weddings. So obviously I travel with my family all the time. You can see my husband and kiddos there on this side. So we have cruised just the 4 of us. We've cruised multi-generational with friends, all of the above. I've even gone with just my son and just my daughter. So lots of experience there. We do have allergies in the family, celiac disease and a nut allergy. So lots of experience dealing with that and how to order all the things, plus helping clients navigate the same things. My husband is an amputee, so I am very familiar with accessible travel, accessible staterooms. And then we have sailed concierge on all the ships. That's our favorite way to sail when budget allows. And finally, I absolutely love working with Disney Cruise Line brides. It's probably my truest passion within the Disney Cruise Line realm of vacation planning. And my husband and I are doing a 10-year vow renewal on the Treasure in February, which we're super excited about. So not only do I work with Disney Cruise Line brides, but I'll be one myself.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited to see those pictures. And if you want to sail and see a Disney Cruise Line ceremony in the Grand Hall on the Treasure, Hunter can get you on the ship then, just saying.
Yes.
But seriously, just to toot Hunter's horn for a second, if you have any sort of allergies, she is your girl. She has pictures of every single box of food mix, anything on the ships to make sure that whoever in your family has an allergy can travel safely. She's got
Yeah, and we also have a Disney Cruise Line allergy group. Just hopping back to that for a second, so I can link that as well for you guys, so that if you need to join to ask some questions about allergies or just get more information, we're happy to have you in that group also. So my Disney Cruise Line experience is very vast. I've booked and traveled on and planned cruises, Caribbean, Alaska, Mediterranean, all the things, Hawaii. So we are definitely equipped with the knowledge and experience to help you. And for us, vacations aren't all just cookie cutter trips. Not every family is the same. So we really like to get to know each individual family and work with them one-on-one.
Yes.
And then where to start? You'll just contact me via email or schedule a call with me. We'll brainstorm the best time of year to travel for you. This says Destination Wedding. I pulled it from our last event we did, which was on Destination Wedding, but we'll brainstorm a time of year to travel for any of your vacations. And you'll collaborate with me to choose the best cruise for you and your family for itinerary, length of cruise, etc. And then you'll review my proposal, lock in the stateroom, and begin the fun.
Yes. And I was going to say, if you don't know, Hunter's planning services are free for you to utilize. So reach out to her. I will get the link to her page on the DCL community site in the comments for everybody, but her planning services are free. So utilize her. Let her be that resource in your planning because she's already been on the ship. So she can help you with everything. But let's specifically talk about the Disney Treasure. So many people, it looks like, are booked, are so excited to go. They've sailed on all the other ships. So you have to put it all in perspective. So
Yeah,
let's start with the Treasure.
in. Oh my goodness. First of all, can we talk about that christening event? Like Disney Cruise Line did such a good job. So I was in New York for the ship tour and all of that when it was happening. And the christening event was just stunning. The drone show was out of this world.
So
We're going to need some more of that drone show technology around Disney because that was so good. So good. I loved it. Did you tune in?
I did. I was screaming and dancing in my kitchen, which was very dangerous, reflecting back on it, but it was so cool. I know some people were upset because they wanted it to be longer or they wanted fireworks, which I did find out I don't know if you heard why all that happened, but I guess someone in office in New York, I guess they're going through a drought. So having things exploding in the air, it did not get approved. So I get that there's some disappointment there.
Understandable.
Yes, right. I guess. But oh my gosh, my jaw was on the ground. The playlist was amazing. Jordan Sparks was amazing. I thought it was efficient. I love the godparents. I mean, they're just 10 out of 10.
It was
10 out of 10.
The whole thing was super great, even if it was like 12 minutes.
Yes,
easy. Loved it. Okay, so let's talk about this ship, the Disney Treasure. I absolutely loved it, but I like bold and beautiful. So I think people can see from the photos, the ship is different. The color scheme is different, but she is her own ship. She can't be like the rest. She can't be like her sister ship, the Wish. She's not going to be like the Destiny, which is her other sister ship coming in 2025. It is its own ship, and I think we just need to remember that going into our sailings. The color scheme is bold. There's a lot of colors going on, but I think Disney did a great job. If you look back at the concept art from the atrium and compare it, I actually saw this the other day and it made me think of it. Like the concept art of the atrium compared to the actual atrium is phenomenal. They did such a good job. Like even the first thing I looked at was the chandelier and like the different pieces of the chandelier and how they look so close to the concept art. Anyways, the atrium is beautiful. The Grand Hall is the same setup as the Wish. It's just got different colors. So you can see that the statue here is Jasmine and Aladdin on the carpet. And then over next to the staircase, to the right of me in that picture, would be my left if I was actually standing there, is the genie lamp. So that's super cool. And then when you're standing looking at the stage, the Grand Hall, they have Raja like in
so cute
little tiles. I wish I put the picture up here. It was
like a mosaic.
Yes, thank you. It was so pretty. And like the mosaics like on the pillars and stuff in like around the Grand Hall were gorgeous. Like everything was just so pretty. And I personally love the deep blue color mixed with like the gold and the lighter blue. I just think it's gorgeous.
I am curious what everybody else thought about the Grand Hall on the Treasure compared to all the other ships. Because when you posted that video of Aladdin and Jasmine, I legit thought it was the concept art. That's how close it is to it. I thought there was no way, but they did it. They accomplished it, and it looks
great job.
Yeah, I will say I was a little confused at I want to say like the bareness of some of the walls surrounding the atrium Grand Hall. I'll always get tripped up on that.
It's always in the atrium.
But it's like a beige color versus a gold, and I feel like with the carpet and everything else in there, it was such a stark contrast that I almost didn't think that it was done when I first saw it. But then when you see it all together, it makes sense. You are in, it's Agrabah. It's so cool. So cool.
you know, because the carpet is bold and it's very busy, I think they can't put too much on the surrounding,
Mhm.
like the support, like the pillars and stuff that create
Yes.
that third and fourth decks, like all of that, like when you're standing in the grand hall and like you look up, because then it'd be like way too busy.
Yeah.
But it really came together very nicely. And I think when you're standing there inside the grand hall, you just got a completely different perspective than the picture. Even like the real picture, not just the concept art, it's completely different. And I think it's beautiful. But again, it's just different. It's not going to be like the classic ships or the dream class ships. And it's not even
Yes.
like the Wish because it just has a completely different vibe and aesthetic. And that's
Yes.
okay. Some people are
Yeah.
it's not for everybody, some people's it's gonna match their taste and some people won't, but that's okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't think you should not book a ship because of the carpet in one area or another. So I would say go in with an open mind. And Jenny is asking if they're gonna have a midnight kiss on the treasure, just like on the Wish.
So we didn't get any information about what the nighttime activities, but since the midnight kiss was really like part of like the Cinderella story, I'm not sure what they're gonna have. I'm sure they'll have something in the evening, but I don't think it's gonna be that because
Necessarily
it
the
doesn't.
kiss.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's not gonna match. Um, and we didn't even get to see if like the lights twinkle or anything because they were just on. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
to put in perspective, we got there, we started getting on board around 10 a.m. and we got off at 4:30 p.m. And in that time frame, we toured like 6 staterooms. We ate lunch. We saw part of a show. We toured all the lounges. We saw part of the Coco show. Like it was go, go, go constantly. And we still only got to see maybe 2/3 of the ship. There were still spaces that we didn't even
Yeah.
get to go into. Like we didn't get to see Vibe. Um, so it's not like, and we didn't get to stand around and ask a bunch of questions. So that's just not how the ship tour works. What we got to see is what we got to see. And we were on a time crunch down to the minute. Literally, they were like, you have to be seated in lunch at 11:23. I'm not even kidding. Like on
Wow.
the dot.
Oh my
So it
gosh.
was a very
Disney
strict
runs a
time
tight
schedule.
ship.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I want to say when you're on the ship, if they're still offering, normally during like the inaugural season, they'll do like the behind the scenes ship tour. They did it on the Wish, and there's so many cool tidbits that they teach you or like tell you, show you. And we got to hear part of that walking through the ship with like the Imagineers and talking to people in the different spaces. So I just want to say, do that ship tour if you can. There are so many cool tidbits about this ship. So I just want to share a couple with you that the staircase mimics a waterfall. And when you're standing
Ooh.
above it, I would have never, like, I don't think I would have ever noticed this, although I'm not completely observant, like creatively, like creatively, I'm just not. But when you're standing above it, you can see it. Like the water changes color, and then you can see the splash at the bottom, right at the bottom of the stairs. You can kind of see in the photo just next to my
Ooh.
feet where like one of the water splash marks is. So I thought that was really cool. Somebody
Oh.
pointed that out to me, one of the employees or like the cast members, crew members, and I was like, oh, I love that. And then
Yes.
when we were in Periscope Pub, there was an Imagineer in there, and there's like, a little show, and it shows like the gauges, and all around the gauges are the hull numbers of each ship. And I'm like, why is the Destiny's hull number before the Treasure? Though the Treasure came out first.
Yeah.
And it's all a contractual thing, but there was another company that had that spot that the Destiny took, but whatever reason that fell through. And they asked Disney, do you want to take over this spot? And they said yes. So because they took that spot from whatever in the shipyard, the hull number of the Destiny will be lower than that of the Treasure, even though she's coming out later. So I thought that was cool.
So
But this is like the little
interesting.
tiny tidbit things. Like you wouldn't know that unless you were doing some like mad research or you got to spend time like learning those things on the ships. And I just thought that was really cool.
Yes,
So that's the kind
agreed.
of stuff they
So,
share with you, like behind the scenes tours.
yeah, those are so fun. And Rachel's asking if you have to sign up for that tour.
Yeah, so it'll be in the Navigator app and it'll tell you what time and place. I want to say like on the Wish it happened like twice at first.
That
Did
sounds
you do it,
right.
Rebecca?
I didn't do it on the Wish, but I've done them on the other ships before, and I want to say it's usually like sea days
Yeah,
on
I
the
want to say it
7 night
happened like
Keelings.
twice. It might be more during the inaugural season than once it like starts to slow down. But I don't think you have to like I think you just show up where it starts,
Yeah.
if I remember
Yes.
correctly. I haven't done it since
Yeah.
2022 when I did on the Wish, but I think you just
Oh
show up
my
at the time it's
gosh.
listed on the Navigator app. Um, Tina, I see your question. The Haunted Mansion will be adult only after 9 p.m. All the lounges are family friendly until 9 p.m. And that's across like all the ships. Except for in like the adult only area, like Cove Bar. All
Yes.
right. So let's jump into the staterooms. So as far as inside ocean view and veranda goes, no real changes. There's different themes. I'm going to tell you what those are real quick. I have them pulled up. So the themes of the regular staterooms are Aladdin, Pocahontas. Those like share a floor. And then Encanto and Up, Nemo and Luca. So those are the themes of the inside Ocean View Veranda staterooms. And like I said, no real changes from the Wish. Like, their sister ships, the layout is pretty much identical, right? Now when we get into Concierge, the regular like Concierge veranda, the one Ocean View with like floor to ceiling window, and then the 1 bedroom suites are Lion King themed. I saw a lot of people
Cool.
saying that color scheme was drab because it's neutrals. It's Lion King. It matches the Lion King theme, right? So it's
Mhm.
tans and dark greens mixed in with a little bit of like orange and gold hues. It totally fits the theme.
Mhm.
Um, I thought it was pretty, but
Yeah.
it's not the purple that was on the Wish. And I just think it's one of those things where everybody's going to compare no matter what. And you just have to book what
Yes.
meets your own taste.
Yes, you can't compare. It's putting the ships at a disadvantage if you go and just
Yeah.
comparing. It's like comparing your children to each other. Like that's not setting anybody up for success.
Right.
So yes.
So then the 2 bedroom suites, the one pictured here is the Raja suite. Oh, gorgeous. Like
That looks
Chrissy
so
and I were
pretty.
talking and we are like, can we just move in here? So pretty. I can imagine that the other one is themed very similar. Um, but we only got to see Raja. And then the Tomorrow Tower Suite themed Tomorrowland from Epcot was gorgeous. Lots of
Oh.
silvers and like different like shimmering colors with like the different like textures, and like the lights would have almost like stained glass. It was
Ooh.
very pretty. Um,
Oh my gosh.
that
It
was
looked
it was
gorgeous.
so pretty. Yeah,
Yes,
very
and if you wanna
expensive.
stay
So
in
pretty.
one of if you wanna stay in one of the concierge staterooms, like, Hunter has got experience. I know we talked about it before, but if you're trying to figure out if concierge is worth it for your family because of all the benefits that come with it, definitely reach out to Hunter and just have that conversation because depending on what's important to your family, it might be the perfect fit. So, I
Yes, I actually
definitely go
have
for
a
the stateroom.
section on my proposals that breaks down like the benefits of concierge and why, um,
Um,
if you're in the situation where you can afford it, it is beneficial and why you would love it. So
yes. That.
okay. Okay, star of the show as far as dining. Oh my goodness. I wasn't even looking forward to this, if I'm being completely honest. Not a Coco fan.
Ooh.
The movie's adorable, okay? Don't get me wrong. But I was just like, it'll be fine. Like I don't love it or I don't hate it, but I wasn't pumped for it.
Mhm.
Now I'm pumped for it. I can't wait to eat here.
Yay!
And they don't have, there's not only one show, there's 2 shows because it's
That's
a 7-night Keeling.
amazing.
So you're going to be eating in here twice, potentially 3 times, but the one night's going to be the same menu across the entire ship, right? But
Yes.
so many cool features. Mariachi band assembled from Mexico City and brought in. They had people go up on stage with the chef and like the cultural consultants, like everybody they brought in to bring this together, and they talked to us for maybe 5 minutes or so. They went above and beyond to do this restaurant right, like to serve the culture appropriately, respectfully, and really showcase everything that makes the culture beautiful.
Yes.
It was amazing. We got a sneak peek of one of the variations of the show. So fun, so cute, very entertaining. It is loud in there. It is tight, like exactly like the Frozen restaurant is, Arendelle. But I loved it. Like I'm really excited to experience it, the full experience. So
Yes.
I really think people are gonna really enjoy this. Even if they've never seen the movie, I think they're gonna enjoy it.
Love that. And if someone doesn't necessarily love loud, would you say maybe request a table farther away from the stage, or what would be your recommendation there?
Yes, potentially, but I do think it's gonna be louder than normal anywhere you go. But of course, the further from the stage, the less loud noises, musical instruments that are really close to you, all the dancing. So it's definitely worth a shot, like especially past the stage. Like if you're walking in and you walk past the stage, there's a decent amount of room back in the back against the like frosted window area.
Yeah.
That's pretty far away from the stage that you could get probably, a decent way away that it wouldn't be too overstimulating, especially for kids that maybe don't do well with loud noises and things like that. So
Yeah, I would
it's
say
definitely worth a shot, I would say.
yeah, and I mean, you can always bring the noise canceling headphones. I
Yes.
think that, there's also ways to request tables in certain areas, and that's something the hunter can help you with too. I have some family members that have hearing sensitivities, so I definitely understand. But I am so excited for the Coco restaurant. I'm also excited for 1923 and Marvel, but Coco, oh, I hope I get to down there 3 times.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so 1923, no real changes, but Marvel. No real changes to like the menu or the space, but there's a new show. And let me tell you, Groot is the star of the show. He is leading that ship. He is so cute. The show was adorable. This is where we actually ate lunch, so we got to see the whole World of Marvel show. And I absolutely loved it. I love Guardians of the Galaxy, but I feel like when you're sitting there, even if you don't like Guardians of the Galaxy, the soundtrack is so iconic
So good. Yes.
that so many people know it and will love it regardless, just because of the soundtrack.
Yes, agreed. I know we're going to get the question if the menus are the same as the Wish. Did they give any indication on new menus or things coming from the fantasy?
So the menu in Plaza de Coco is going to be different.
That makes sense.
The menu in Marvel in 1923. So the menu that we had was actually called like a taste of the treasure. So it had items from each of the different restaurants on it. So our appetizer was a sampler of everything. We chose an entree, and then our desserts were a sample of a variation of things. So I did notice some duplicates, but I think like 1923, for instance, has the like tuna, like sliced tuna steak as an appetizer. I got that. It's a little bit different, but still the same concept. I had the filet as my entree. That's from 1923. The same.
Got it.
I didn't recognize any of the desserts, but I don't eat a lot of dessert in the main dining room. I go to the pool deck and grab the soft serve. So
Yeah.
there's that.
No worries. And will the restaurants have different menus because of multiple nights in each venue?
Yes. So, the Wish, it's going to carry over some, but then I think it's going to mix some menus from the older ships and then also bring in new items, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Probably the favorites are like the most ordered from the older ships is what I would assume that they would do. But again, we didn't get to see any of the full menus. So I can't, give you a definitive answer, so to speak. However, I can tell you that I did see some duplicates, and I do know for a fact that there are a lot of new items because I got to see a preview of the items in Plaza de Coco. They had them like set up for us to look at. So yes, there are new items, and yes, there are old items.
Love that. Yeah, you don't repeat menus. So if you go to Plaza del Coco night 1, when you come back on night 4, it's a different menu. That you won't repeat won't repeat the same menu, 2 times. And I will say there are some favorites that I'm pretty sure people would riot if they got rid of, like the souffle, if they got rid of the creme brulee. I know you and I have opinions on those.
Yeah.
If they got rid of the pasta persets, like people would riot in the streets. So I'm sure some version of those will make an appearance, but gosh, now I want.
Definitely. It's great either way. I really don't think you can go wrong. I love being able to have items, like new items and items that I've loved for years and years.
Agree 1,000%.
Kind of like Rebecca was saying, our differences in opinion on the Grand Marnier souffle and the creme brulee.
Yes, but that just goes to show you there's enough dessert to go around for all of us.
Real quickly before we move on from staterooms or move on to the next thing, Kimberly asked about Concierge Ocean View staterooms on deck 11. Yes, those ones are Finding Nemo. She's talking about the ones that are like floor to ceiling ocean view, but they are Concierge. They're gorgeous staterooms. They're category 3B, and yes, they are Finding Nemo. And then they're also the Lion King. So not all of Concierge is Lion King, but a large percentages.
Got it. And I know there was a question earlier about like Concierge Lounge and Sun Deck. Any change? Do we have slides on that or any changes on that compared to the
I did not put any pictures on the slides. The setup is the same. The color scheme is a little bit different. But when you walk into the lower portion, it's still the same. You walk in, like the food stuff is kind of like behind the host podiums there. You walk, there's tons of seating in the bars in the back corner. And then upstairs, you still have the bar area, the seating areas, the jacuzzis, and then more seating areas out along the glass. So exact same setup, different color scheme. Beautiful.
Easy peasy. And speaking of outdoors, let's talk pool decks.
Yes. So the pool decks, no real changes. Pool is still set up the same as on the Wish. The adult only area is still to the very back. The infinity pool is still the same with the two kind of like, I guess waterfall seats is what I want to call them, where you kind of sit and the water's running down. The one very small bathtub-like infinity pool is still the only adult-only pool. There's a jacuzzi on your way back there. The Cove Bar, Cove Cafe, all of that setup is exactly the same, just like the main pool deck areas. The Festival of Foods area is still set up the same. The ice cream is still, they have to serve you. It's not like self-serve like on the other ships. It's behind a counter. But one change was the Disney Treasured cooler bag. I snapped a picture because I know people love their cooler bags. So they changed the color, and it's a really pretty like aqua.
So pretty. Yeah, so one less thing you have to carry on the ship with you. You can buy it once you're on board to keep all your drinks cool. And Stacy is asking, hi, fellow mom here. Worried my kids won't love all the little pools on board the Treasure compared to the Magic. We loved how big that family pool was. How do your kids like the smaller pools on the Treasure / Wish?
Yeah, so on the Wish, my kids don't care. If they're in the water, they don't care. Honestly, they run back. Oh, sorry, my dog is wanting some love. He wants his time on the screen. So my kids don't care as long as they're in the water. They'll run back and forth between the pools. They'll go down the water slide. They'll go to the splash pad. They don't care. So I would say really they're not that much smaller. I feel like they look smaller because of the shapes.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And on the Magic and Wonder, they have that like rectangular one, like right in the center. And then they have that really great wading pool splash pad area in the back. But this one, my kids also like, which I don't, but the multi-levels of pools. They've got the deeper ones at the top, and then they've got the little wading ones, and then they got the, I guess, like medium-sized depth ones on the bottom. The reason I don't like it is because of running up and down the steps. I get really slippery, but I do like that it's all like compacted to one area. If your kids are anything like mine, they're just little fish and enjoy being in the water, they'll be fine.
Yes, I was going to say, kids just want to be in the pool.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited for this one. When I saw your stories on it, and I love an IPA, so I was pumped.
Okay, so I'm not a beer girl, but so this space wasn't really, I'm pulling up on my phone the menu because they had a ton of stuff, but this space wasn't really on my radar, but we went in there and it was so fun. And I think part of the reason I loved it is because one of the Imagineers was in there telling us all the things, and it was so cool. So this is the bar where I actually learned about the hull numbers, about how the Destiny's hull number is actually lower than the Treasure. But their menu is actually very like vast, I would say. This is all like additional per charge, but I'm going to briefly run through it. So they had like wings, chicken tenders, loaded potato puffs, a pretzel, coconut shrimp, and prawn crackers, a pub platter that has a bunch of different stuff, bangers and mash, fish and chips, a burger, mini churros. Like that's a big menu for a pub on the ship. I'm excited to try some of those.
Yes. Oh, great. And someone's asking, where is this on board compared to the Wish?
So this is Keg and Compass. This would be where Keg and Compass is. Right behind the upper portion of Luna Lounge, which on the Treasure is Sarabi.
Got it.
And so you can see my notes, 15 beers on tap, 3 IPAs specifically brewed for this ship, and so many little hidden details that you can see, like reading or watching the little video, and I'm sure just talking to crew in there. It was a really cool space. So themed 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Super cool. So this is your sports bar. This is where, the dads are going to go to watch the Super Bowl because my sailing is over the Super Bowl. Of course. That's the second year in a row we've done that.
Oh, that's so funny.
Just some really cool spaces.
Yeah. And Angela's asking, do they have any non-alcoholic drinks on board?
They do. So I didn't specifically ask in this bar, but I can tell you that in the Haunted Mansion parlor, which we'll go over to that page, I think it might be next.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
So that bartender did tell me that every single drink in there can be made as a mocktail.
Ooh, I love that.
So definitely other drinks around the ship can be mocktails as well. I know tons of people were excited for this venue, and truly, Disney nailed this one on the head. I don't think I was prepared for how good it was going to be, because if I'm just being really honest, I enjoyed Hyperspace Lounge, but like it didn't wow me. This wowed me. The little show, the drinks, like I think they just went above and beyond here again. So they do have a special drink that you can unlock on the menu by completing a riddle. It's not that hard. but
That's
it's
so
on there.
fun.
So that's really neat. Every drink can be made 0 proof. There you go, mocktails. And then they have these bottled shimmery drinks for kids. If you saw my pictures I posted or my reels that I posted, they're kind of featured in there, but they're in glass bottles. And when you shake them, they're shimmery, kind of like the blue Prosecco that all the kids love on board. My kids included. But the best part about it is that they're sugar-free.
Ooh.
Yes. And as of now, there will be no reservations needed to go in here, because for hyperspace, they had to do reservations the first several months. But because the Treasure is a 7-night cruise, they're anticipating people spreading out their visits over, the course of the week. And I wouldn't say it's a lounge that you're going to spend tons of time in every single night, unless you're crazy Haunted Mansion fanatic, because it's dark and it's super loud in there, and then drink menu is limited. It's not where you could go out to Skipper or wherever and get pretty much anything. It's a little bit more limited, but it was super neat, super cool touches. I'm not gonna give you any spoilers because it's that good.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize how big a deal Haunted Mansion was until this came out.
This was announced, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I love the Haunted Mansion, but I'm not crazy about it. I have a friend that did the Disney College program. She worked in Magic Kingdom, and she told me that every single day she worked, she rode Haunted Mansion. She would not leave the park until she would not leave the shift until she rode Haunted Mansion. Wow. I was like, what? Wow.
That is commitment.
Yeah. Okay, so Scat Cat Lounge. This is Nightingales on the Wish, but they did a super cool change, which is so welcome, and I loved it. Part of the bar has an exterior to kind of create that lobby bar feel, similar to Bon Voyage, but it's kind of in the corner.
Yes. I love that.
I love a lobby bar. I love a lobby bar.
Agreed.
So that was a super, super cool addition that isn't on the Wish, and I loved it. But this is your piano bar. For those of you that know Sam, one of the bartenders from the Wish, people adore him. This is one of his babies. Him and some other bartenders created the Cat's Meow drink with that cat glass. So cute, and it's super, super good. Let me pull up the menu so I can tell you what's in it.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice there's a cat. There's cat faces in the glasses.
So it's called the Cat's Meow drink. But it is one of those drinks that will sneak up on you and get you in trouble if you're not. But you probably won't be drinking too many of them since they're $130 each.
Yeah, a little bit more affordable than the $5,000 one on the Wish.
Yeah,
just slightly.
Yeah, better than that one.
Still.
Okay, so it has Angel's Envy, Montenegro, Aperol, and lemon, but they did some purification process that takes out the burn. So it goes down so smooth. It was very good, and I don't really like whiskey, so I liked it. They also have perfect teenies. Seriously? How
so cute.
I see that it auto-corrected my spelling there, but perfect teenies. They also have a really cool tea bazaar. And the tea kettle, I didn't put the picture up here because I did the cat one, but the tea kettle was freaking adorable. Yeah. So that was Scat Cat Lounge, the piano bar. It's a really cute space, but I think the winner there is that exterior bar portion and create that bar in the grand hall, or on the side of the grand hall.
Yes. I love a bar in the atrium. 10 out of 10. Oh my gosh, is that a waffle?
Yes. So Skipper Society is where the Bayou is on the Wish. This is going to be the wedding reception venue. It's themed after Jungle Cruise, a beloved theme park ride. They gave us Pog juice to sample when we were in there, and I'm like, say less. You have Pog juice? Sign me up. Love that. The waffles. I Was super surprised, but they were so sweet. Like the dough was sweet. Like I was expecting like a regular like Belgian waffle with some chocolate sauce on it, but it was like a sweet waffle dough. So just keep that in mind.
And Callie's asking if the waffles are extra cost.
Yes, they are. Just like the churros were in the bayou. Or not the churros, I'm sorry. The beignets.
Beignets. We knew what you meant.
We went through so many of those. My daughter was adorable. Before dinner, of course, when they were playing live music, she's like, "Can we go get some beninis?" And I was like, "Sure." That's adorable.
Yes. That's so cute.
But yes. But beninis, they have waffles in Skipper Society. Literally, the venue is very similar. It has all of the green decor, the greenery to create that Jungle Cruise feel. They'll have the live music. Very cool. They also have some, drinks themed to that space.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I'm so excited. That space on the Wish took my breath away. It is so beautiful. So I'm excited to see Skipper Society brought to life.
Everybody's going to get like the feel like this ship is definitely more adventure feeling than the Wish. To me is very like princess glam.
Yes.
This is more like adventurous and bold.
I was going to say, I saw some interview with Bob Iger, and he was saying like the inspiration for this came so much from the parks and like these classic park things. And I don't really go to the parks. I know next to nothing about them. I've never been on the Jungle Cruise. Couldn't tell you, but I think it's such an easy connection, and to make that overlap for Disney fans everywhere makes so much sense. If you like to adventure through the parks,
you can definitely see that come through. But just keep an open mind. It's still a stunning ship. It just doesn't have that like princess glitter glam, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yes.
Okay. Tale of Moana.
The first bullet point. I literally cannot. That's amazing.
They had cultural consults come out and talk to us and like tell us about this show before the show. And the like director of entertainment, and I was blown away. Can you believe that they've been working on the show since before the pandemic? 5 years they've been putting this show together. The cast is so anxious to get it in front of the audience. Like,
yeah, I would be too.
They were amazing. I am not a live show person. Like, it's just not my jam. I go and watch them the first time, like to see them, and then maybe a couple years later I'll go watch them again when I'm on that ship again. But if I'm doing like a back-to-back, I'm not going to watch them both cruises. Like, that's just not me. Some people are, and that's fine. So I say that to emphasize the fact that I literally cried during the show because you could just feel the energy and like the heart in the performance. It was incredible. And we only got to see 30 minutes of an hour-long show. Like, I cannot wait to see the rest. It was so phenomenal. Good. And again, just like Plaza de Coco, they went above and beyond to make sure that the show really reflects positively on the culture and shows everything correctly. So they brought in cultural consultants for the music, for the choreography, for the, obviously to design outfits. Like, all of that really shines through in the show, and I was blown away.
I'm so excited to see this one.
You can see, like, I literally cried. And they let us. I know they always say no pictures in the theater. I promise we were allowed to take this photo. Like, we weren't allowed to take any photos when they were on stage, but they had this kind of like set up when we went in.
Yeah.
And it was
remind me what the
amazing.
I cannot wait to see this one. But remind me what the other two shows are.
Beauty and the Beast, and then the Disney Seas Adventure. That's the one with like Goofy steering the ship. That's on the Wish.
Okay. And it's Beauty and the Beast?
Isn't it? Now you're making me guess.
Is it? Oh no. Oh no. For some reason I thought it was Aladdin again, but I could be, or Frozen. I feel like they put Frozen on every ship these days in some way, shape, or form. I could be absolutely wrong.
Now you're making me second guess. I swore it was.
I'm sorry. Oh man. Somebody knows who.
Somebody in the comments is going to find it before I am.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
have faith in you guys.
I know. But either way, the CC Adventure is so cute. I love the original shows. Like the reenactments are always very nice, but I know so many people are so excited for Moana, and especially with Moana.
Yes, it's Beauty and the Beast. Okay, you were making me question it. Because Aladdin is on Wonder is on Fantasy and Wish, right? Oh my gosh. You got me all messed up.
Oh man. Okay, Beauty and the Beast. Thank God. Thank you. Okay,
Beauty and the Beast and Taylor and Moana are definitely on the show.
Sorry, guys. That's on me. That's on me. Sorry. I'm just over here throwing Frozen everywhere that I can. Oh my gosh.
Frozen is Fantasy and Wonder. Yeah. And then Aladdin is Wish and Fantasy.
Okay. I believe you. I'm all over the place. I'm all discombobulated. It's a Monday. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So overall, love the ship. It's beautiful. You're gonna love it too. Like seriously, everybody, just go in with an open mind and embrace everything that it is. Embrace all the new themes, all the new shows, all the new restaurants. Just take it all in. And if you're a true like Disney lover, like there's nothing not to love, right?
Yes.
So yeah. Do we have any other questions that we didn't touch on? Like any that I know you had gotten some before. I tried to browse the comments as we went on. Okay, everybody's making me feel better. It's definitely Beauty and the Beast.
Sorry, guys. That's my bad. This is live TV. Rebecca's just throwing questions out there. Someone was asking, how do you know if a server you love is getting transferred to the treasure?
Unfortunately, you don't know. You would just have to request them, and if they're on, they're on. Unless you're in contact with them, you're not going to know. They can't give out that information because it's a privacy and safety issue. So if you have a server you love, every cruise you go on, just request them. And if you get them, you get them.
Yes, they bop around to different ships. And someone's asking how long the inaugural season lasts for.
So on the Wish, it lasted about 18 months.
Awesome. Good to know. And then there was another one here. Oh, someone's asking about merch. Did you get a chance to see any of the merch in any of the stores? Or are the stores in the same places?
The stores are in the same places. We got to like window shop. There was lots of stuff that said like Disney Treasure on it. And then lots of stuff we've seen before. Like the men's polos, and it'll say Disney Treasure instead of whatever other ship. All the same classic merch that they always have with some stuff that says treasure. If you can search back on the internet like Disney Treasure merch, and they shared a preview of most of the new like treasure merch that was coming out. So we only had to like window shop.
That makes sense. I know that inaugural stuff is going to be a hot commodity. And I love this question from Shannon. First time cruiser trying to decide between back-to-back on the Wish for 7 days or a 7-night cruise on the Treasure. Which would you do? Well, first I would call Hunter because she can help you make this choice specifically for your family. I'll get her link back on screen. Yeah. But Hunter, how do you talk people through that one? Because that's a valid point. It's both 7 nights.
I personally would go for the Treasure. And I say that because when you do a back-to-back, not that I don't love them and they're right for the, perfect family. And again, this is when you have to like get to know your family. You lose half of a day disembarking, waiting, and embarking again. Maybe not half a day. That's dramatic, but you still lose like 4 hours. You got to get off the ship. You've got to walk out, and then you got to come back in and wait until you're allowed to board again. Whereas on a 7-night, you can just board. But then when I say it comes down to the family, you have to take into consideration the date that you're boarding, and how it fits into your schedule. And then also, what destinations do you want to see? Do you want to go on the Wish and go to the same places twice? Or do you want to go on the Treasure and have more sea days and see other places? The Treasure's doing the Western Caribbean. So Jamaica, Grand Cayman, Cozumel with 2 days at sea and Castaway Cay. Or the Eastern, which is Tortola, St. Thomas, 3 days at sea, and Castaway. So it's really all comes down to your schedule. If you're really tied to boarding and, disembarking on a certain day, as far as PTO and all of that jazz, or are you a Cinderella lover? Do you really love all things princess? Or do you like the themes that we just showcased, and does a treasure pull you? That's why I'm saying like it's super subjective. But personally, I would go with the 7-night just so that I didn't have to get off my phone.
Yeah.
Or because you're a new cruiser, you're trying to build your status. Like so many things. That's why we have to talk about it more.
Yeah. My vote is that you, 1, call Hunter, and then 2, maybe book a back-to-back on the Wish, and then also a back-to-back-to-back on the Treasure. Like just stay on board for 14 days and just go for it.
The problem with that is you can't get on and off on the same day because they're imports.
Valid point. And this is why you have a travel professional to help you with logistics and not me. But this has been awesome, Hunter. I am so excited. I'm so glad that you got to go on and see it. I think, whenever there's a new ship, people are so quick to judge. I mean, this happened on the Dream when it first came out. It happened on the Fantasy when it came out. Of course, we know the hot water that the Wish was in when it first came up because people had all sorts of opinions. But when it comes down to it, do you have any hesitations about sailing on the Treasure?
Absolutely not. I can't wait. Like, none, 0. I can't wait to sail on the Treasure. I can't wait to see how they change it, the Destiny, and bring it out and sail on that. I'm never going to not sail because of a certain theme, just like we talked about earlier. That doesn't matter to me. Like, what matters the most to me is the service, the value, the Disney magic, like all of that combined. If I wanted a specific aesthetic or vibe, I would go on the same ship over and over again. I don't do that. I go with what fits my schedule. I go with what itinerary we haven't done in a while that we want to do again. I know we're crazy. Rebecca can attest to this, like 28 cruises, but sometimes we go strictly to see our crew friends.
They're like family. They are like family. Oh my gosh. Yes, I am so excited. And I did miss, just super quick, these questions from Kimberly. Can you buy the little shimmery bottles to take with you, or do you open them there?
I don't know if you can but you can take them with you around the ship, certainly.
Okay.
I don't know that you're going to want to take them home. They're like full, like the full size, like Coke glass bottles, like they're glass. I don't know if you want to pack those on your luggage. I don't think they're going to tell you no, but
yes. And then
they're non-alcoholic, so there's no reason you can't. But if you do want to take them off, I would bring those like bubble, like wine bottle savers, the luggage that you get on Amazon. But you can definitely open it and like walk around the ship with it.
Oh, I'm definitely excited to see those. And then if you missed pictures and videos of the concierge area, Hunter, remind us of your Instagram so we can go back and follow you and see all your.
So my Instagram is Travel with Hunter K.
Love it. Love it.
Travel with Hunter.
Boo.
I know, and their Instagram isn't even active. I'm like, what the heck? Can I please have this? Anyway,
oh my gosh.
Yes. So yes, I don't think I posted the picture of the concierge space is definitely in my highlight reel of the Treasure, but I don't how you can go on and there's highlights. You can go back and see all the pictures I posted of the Treasure. But I don't know if I posted an individual video reel of it.
Yeah. Okay. We'll definitely reach out to Hunter if you have any other questions. If you are ready to plan your Disney cruise, if you are ready to sail with Disney, whether it's on the Treasure or the Wish or any Disney ship, reach out to Hunter. You guys can feel the passion and love and excitement that she has literally coming through the screen. So let her help you. Her planning services, again, are 100% free for you to utilize. So let her help you plan. Let her take all that stress off of your shoulders so that you can focus on enjoying the beautiful Disney Treasure. Hunter, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we will see all y'all on board real soon. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.